Welcome back to the Tiny Arm Hanger. This is Mike, and today I want to talk to you about the weekly news and review for June 28th, 2026. 2026, not many days left in this June. We have a Joefest. We have a Transformer that turns into a Rattler. We got some stuff going on, but actually the Masterpiece third party is still pretty light going into, 2 weeks from now until we get to TFCon. But there's a lot of news from a lot of places, a lot of sources, a lot of stuff going on right now. This Ramen toy, with they're brave enough to have the Marshall in the 3030. We'll talk a little bit about that. Some great stuff they have at Joefest. Also, I talked about this yesterday, but we'll talk a little bit about it today. And there's a hack that somebody pointed out to me. I don't know if I'm supposed to pass it along, but I will still pass it along. And then Super 7. What's Super 7 doing over here? They're making some glow-in-the-dark figures. So they're just making figures they've already made, but they're glow-in-the-dark and probably more expensive. I don't know if they're going to put them up on the site or BBTS is going to get them or not. Have no idea. But I think somebody paid $250 for a set of these 6 figures. What does that come out to be? $40 a figure. I don't know what the original price was or what it's supposed to be. We got Mayfex. Speaking of expensive, $125 a figure. But they look great. They look good. And then some more TMNT stuff. So what I didn't realize was last week's Sailor, was it Sailor Raph? That was just one of 4. I should have known. I should have known. And then there's more Joe stuff. This is the one figure that was left out. It is we were psyched out in the Knife Force Psych Out. And it's just kind of like a digital render reveal. It's going to be a Walmart exclusive, I guess, is why they held off on it. And then there's some Star Wars news. And I don't know if there was a Star Wars event this week, but a lot more Star Wars than usual coming up. Starting out with what's at Show Z. Well, actually, this is Gundam. Same exact thing, same login, same everything, same TH, support the reviewer code, and all that kind of stuff. But Hayatoy's Bat, and it's the 4-inch scale, and it looks really good. It is almost exactly the same as the classified, only shrunk down. And I'm starting to think that's what their license is. The more I look into it, it's not toy, it's not cartoon, it's classified in 4-inch is really where it is. I'm not saying it took me a long time to figure that out. I'm just saying it's the way it's been looking since day one. They still look pretty good. We also have the Python Patrol Crimson Guard. The thing about this is that, well, he's not Crimson, but $40 each, $2 down. I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna take a look at them, and yeah, that's pricey. Better than $50 at most other places. Okay, back over to actual Show Z store, and the funny thing is, we've been talking about Yellow Park AMK, Beast Wars, Black Arachnia, and we're gonna have the other one here in just a second. We've been talking about them so long that I forgot that I haven't pre-ordered them because they just came up this week for pre-order, and it was like $1 down. These usually run about $30, $35, something like that. This one is the Megatron model kit, and more official pictures also to go along with the pre-orders that are up. And yeah, sometimes pre-orders go up a little earlier with Show Z, but this time they waited because it is a officially licensed product. X-Transpot's MX41W Waiver Roadblock, which is just a reuse, and yeah, it looks pretty okay. And since I haven't really covered this yet, I'm gonna also show an alt mode, and they do this. So we're getting alt mode. We're getting a Target Master that I don't really remember, but still looks pretty cool. If you're interested, $1 down, $149.99 for the figure. And I might talk a little more about Magic Square. Well, yeah, probably am here in a bit, but these are sold out. This is if you're trying to do the Minosaur at the super budget price of a set of 2 for 40, the other set of 2 for 40, and I don't know the price on the Motormaster, but that's coming. That's a pretty affordable combiner for the Legend scale, and half price is basically where it is. You can go directly to Magic Square's site to order it, and it'll come out to actually $1 cheaper than the $39.99. But I personally have never ordered from Magic Square before, so I don't know how that's going to go. But if you want to go that route, you can go that route. And the reason I bring this up is because I messaged ShowZ and asked them directly, will you get more in? And they said, no, the factory's out, warehouse is out, something along those lines. And I'm still looking at the Magic Square, these guys, which we'll probably see more pictures here in a bit, but all three are in stock. All three of these are in stock for their Computron. I am fighting this off with every ounce of my being, because if one of them sells out, it's not worth it for me to go for it, because I want the combiner. But they all look so great, and will probably be the best Legend scale Computron out there. Just is what it is. Looks fantastic so far. Talk me out of it, guys. People are like, Mike, you're supposed to be selling us on it. No, I'm actually not selling anyone on anything. I'm giving you the news and the opportunity to buy the stuff where you want it, the cheapest you can get it. But this is Iron Trans Lion King. I do have this coming in. And this is from Golden Zen. Just quick little kind of glimpse there. I've got more pictures to go along with this, but it is kind of fun to see what they have going on. Yeah, it is almost exactly 6 years from the date I pre-ordered this in 2020. It's insane. I don't feel, it doesn't feel like it's been 6 years though. It feels like it's been 3. So time flies when you're having fun, and the proof is in the Victory Leo. And that's where he is side by side. I'm hearing a lot of parts forming with it, and I don't care. The parts forming's got to make it easier, right? Is that the way it goes? And then there it is. This is what it's gonna look like on my shelf. I'll be very happy with it. Just be like, all right, I'm good. It looks good, and it's gonna be a decent size, not as big as the official Takara. And then there's like one other one coming down the road too, so I might be checking that one out also. Anyway, pretty exciting stuff. This is TFC Toys Stealth Roar, which is a figure, just a random old figure that turns, well, it's supposed to be a Starscream, I guess, turns into a Rattler, and let's see this Rattler. So I mean, it's not exactly a Rattler. It's not. You're not gonna just like instantly go, yep, that's Rattler. You gotta look at it for just a little bit to think about it and go, yeah, it's got the elements that you would like. Also, it's a Megatron Mamba. Was it a Mamba that turned into, which is really cool. I didn't pick that one up, but I still think it's fascinating. And of course, to commemorate Joefest week, right? Is that why they did it? Okay, so this is Unique Toys R10 Leader, the Leader of Justice. Wish I had more information on it. I'm starting to wonder if it's an upgrade kit. Well, slid over to ShowZ. It says it is the figure. It is 11.81 inches tall, and it does come with these accessory set. So that's the very limited amount of information I have right now. It's for pre-order, and the only alt mode that I found, maybe it didn't look hard enough, is the grayscale. Grayscale alt mode does transform, all that good stuff. Okay, and just lots of accessories. All right, so we've got Star Toys STO2A and STO2F. Golden Zen has a video, so it's a picture from it, but they do look good, the variants on there, and with that, I would probably, I don't know, I've been kind of considering picking them up, but at the same time, it's a good mold. I don't really have any problem with it, so I like it. It's good. Picking it up, let's see the price. Oh wow, they're $45 each. Loud Pedal and Road Rage, $45 each. That's a pretty good deal. We got pictures of Studio Series, no, 01 Studio, not Studio Series. The 06 Board Con, and this is the packaging, the box. Like, wow, how exciting! It's the box, and it's it's a box. It is what it is. But we get to see these incremental increases and changes, steps. But hey, it's already shipping, right? We got TX9 Toys Silver Stalker via Zhang Hangshu. Zaya Hangshu. I hope I said it right. Anyway, it's that me on that. Anyway, we can see a size comparison. It is bigger. I don't have this mold yet, but it's bigger than the Takara one. And with that, I'm still sticking with waiting for the fans toys. Just simply, I can't buy everything. I was gonna be in on them, but I've got a lot of other things on the way. And I'm probably gonna do like a full week of reviews when it all shows up. Seriously, if we just print a sticker and put it on the lower leg there, I think it'd be a great figure. Get a sticker that fits, maybe a Toy Hacks. Maybe a Toy Hacks for all of them. Like you get like 12 lower leg stickers. We are getting more official pictures of the Cone Chrome. And here's the thing, this is the toy version. This is official pictures. We've seen in-hand images and all that kind of stuff, but it looks good. And I'm hearing mostly good stuff about this, so I'll be okay with that. Here's the bot mode, and then we're going to get into something just a little bit different. Okay, so you see it looks good. There's a guy, Robots GT, and he's on YouTube. He made a part that fixes the anklage issue, the stability. And the problem is, though, there's no way to... He was supposed to give a link to where you could either get the SDL file or you could buy it or something. But that's not how it worked out. Anyway, that's the part he designed and put a little GT into it. And I'm not sure how to get it. And neither is anybody else. But then he also printed it in kind of a blue. Not quite purple to match it exactly, but it's still less noticeable. I'd probably just go with the white. Let it look like it's part of the foot. That'd be fine with me. Anyway, ingenious little way to fix it. Definitely improves stability. Eventually, there'll probably be a way to get this part, and I'll let you know. People are starting to get their B-Drill, the Robot Toys B-Drill in hand, and I have to say this. I can't always say this, but this is starting to look better in people's hands than it did with their own promotional shots. And definitely a necessary figure, and there he is as a B. But, yeah, well, Wasp, a B spinator. Anyway, it looks pretty cool. Gets the job done. Deluxe over at Deluxe Baldwin Channel got his hands on the KO Armada Unicron, and he did track it down from one place, but you can get it on AliExpress, and generally it runs about $50 to get it, plus the shipping and all that kind of stuff. So with that, I watched this video. I feel like it's the standard same size as the Armada, probably because if you never handled the Armada, you would have thought it was bigger than it is. But then again, it could be smaller, because if people are saying it's KO undersized, it really doesn't make sense for them to make it smaller. Standard 1-to-1 makes a lot more sense. But anyhow, it looks pretty cool. It's a little bit more of a metallic look to it than the original, and way cheaper than trying to track a complete original one down. And everyone seems to be wanting a Unicron right now. You know, when I was talking about the HasLab one, it got a lot of hate. I got like 100 comments hating on HasLab Unicron. Now people are asking over $2,000 for it. All right, Takara Tomy Transformers MPG 25 Broadcast, which is what they're calling it, versus Blaster. Prototype images. And here's the deal. This is what I think is really fascinating, is we did live in kind of a magazine, tactile, real-world publication type of world when we grew up, when this stuff was out. You know, you look at your Nintendo Powers and stuff, really didn't see a lot of toys and magazines, but we did see some of these little booklets they would include, because it wasn't a digital era. Nowadays we are getting excited. No, we are getting excited about this magazine in Japan, and it's making digital news, which is such an irony, but I just want to point the irony out in this. Still, it does look pretty good. I don't know. I don't feel like I need it. I don't want to be negative, or if anybody that's excited about it, I don't want to steal your thunder, but I might wait for the KO or even just pass. I'm not sure just yet. I'm curious, if it does anything better than the Fans Toys, or was it Deformation Space that did it? I gotta look up the other one that did it, but there's two good options out there. Technically, Transistor's not bad. It's just not tune accurate like these. All right, so we've got this Prime Studios statue of the Revenge of the Fallen Devastator. Devastator. It's not Devastator. It's Diva. It can't be pronounced the same. Devastator to me is green. And Fans Toys makes it. Fans Toys would not make this, but with mud flaps and skids. Still, it's actual perfect representation of the CGI animation that was going on in the movie. So that is a thing that if you're interested in, then really great. I think that aside from this, I don't know how much it's going to cost. We have more news from the magazine, Project Overgear, and so it's kind of an overview of Overgear and the figures they're working on and making, and how it looks very, well, movie Bavers-ish-esque. Even though it's not directly, it's sort of like it, but interesting. It's kind of looks like a concept kind of deal, that from concept to reality kind of look. And then since I think this is the last page of tactile magazine photography I'm going to be talking about. Takara Tomy, new Legend NL07 Beast Wars 2 Galvatron prototype and scale new images. Is that like a transparent version of Leo Convoy, I believe. So that shows you how big he is. So he's a big boy. He's a big boy. You're going to get some bang for your buck out of this Beast Wars character. All right, so I am in on this set all the way, and with Magic Square going out of the way to put out pictures. Again, are they just reusing old pictures of the first time they went around? I don't know. It's just, it would make sense. I would just be like, here's pictures again, and here he is coming again for half the price. I hope it's half. I hope they don't juice us on the last one. They don't pull an X Transbots like they did with us with a trailer for $200. But 40/40, and then hopefully, I've already talked about this, but I said I got more pictures. I got more pictures of their other Legends that is coming down the pipeline, but I will have that. And yeah, this is now we've got an additional character in the mix here, so getting a lot closer. So 40/40/40, and then probably in the 100 range. So that's 160. So you're looking at a good 250 at least to do this set, which is why I haven't dipped my toe in it. But once you dip your toe in, you got to put your whole foot in. You got to dive completely in. So, but man, they look good, don't they? Galaxy Toys has Tiny Little Jazz in their 2.5-inch scale, and I'm highly impressed, to say the least. It looks really good. Could almost be scaled up. I mean, this looks better than, well, some of the Hasbro stuff that they're putting out, but it's tiny. Now, obviously, if you scale it up, I would want smaller pins. Well, the same size pins, right? They would look smaller because it'd be double the size or triple the size or whatever. But they're not done with that. And then we've got this here, which code heads that they're working on in that smaller scale. So maybe it's closer to 3 inches. Last time I looked up the height, size requirements for that. And then I guess now it's time for some Hasbro's news, and we're getting into Tonka Transformer Bumblebee crossover, Tonka Megatron crossover, and then an assortment of crossovers. I would assume with Tonka you're just getting the vehicle, kind of like what Blockies is now doing with the blocky wheels kind of thing. But Takara showcasing their Wild King Rex blade in hand, and then they show a transformation of some stuff. And what can you do with it? You know, does he just stand there and look all menacing? No, he turns into this sort of a beast mobile. Is that what you would call it? Is it a beast mobile? It's interesting. It's within the guidelines of a transforming item, a converting item, a transformer. We got deluxe class Star Eagle founded retail from Gregatron, and it is a redeco of Kingdom Air Razor, which it looks pretty cool. What else are you going to be doing with an Air Razor, you know? How are you really going to be reusing that mold? Don't you feel sorry for them? You got to feel sorry for them. No, you don't. I swear I thought I had a lot of Hazzard news. Not really. Titan listing found for Age of Extinction Scorn. So they're going all in on these Dinobots and Titan. I hope they're happy with it. The results. Just saying. I think Metroplex would have been a little bit more popular, but then again, that's one and done, and they can milk this for what, 5, 6 figures, which would be cool. I did forget this one. Let's put it in my. No wonder it's in my Hasbro section. It's the Dr. Wu with the 6-shot in all 7 forms. So, nope, 6 forms. You can do all 7 no matter what, but this one's even smaller than the other stuff we were talking about. And we got a little flame toys. They're showing off a bunch of different stuff: Long Arm, Ultra Magnus, Cyclonus, Die Atlas Tarn, and Leo Convoy. But let's see a huge group picture here. I for some reason I'm thinking this is Shockwave though. In this picture, I was thinking this was. They don't even list that as an option there. Here's the Magnus. And yeah, it looks pretty good. Shattered glass, all that kind of stuff. I think the one most people are excited about is Tarn. And here's the Tarn. Yeah, looks pretty good overall. Not a bad looking figure, I must say. And last one is the Die Atlas. Now, I think we've seen all of these before, but they're all on display now. There you go. Remember, these do not transform. I do believe you have to put these flame toys or model kits you got to put together. That's the angle that they have in the license and all that kind of stuff. All right, next we got their Archie Comic Leatherhead. And I'm curious, size-wise and scale, is it as big as the last one that they make? The last one they made is pretty big. Super 7's made a really big one also that is on clearance for like 16 or 13 bucks. Still, good-looking figures. NECA nails it. They look so good. And boom! What else is there? Well, there's... we got some scary movie kind of stuff over on the side there. And we've got Pennywise and a clown. And then we've got more turtles in disguise. I like the sailor one. I like the suit one. I might just get those because I like them. But Mad Hatter had a really good idea that he's passed along to NECA in his video, that you should include all the heads with each one of them and just let you swap the head out. Pick what you want. But I guess you could more or less just swap the heads out anyway. I don't know. I mean, you could say whichever turtle is whichever turtle in those other two, with the snow gear, and then the worker dude, the hard hat. All right, anyway, this is Target Geek Out. We got Superman and Wonder Woman, Mafex, $125 each. Soft goods, they look great. This is all they're giving us so far. Not any more pictures, so I'm not just being lazy. I promise. That's all they gave us. But yeah, I mean they're pretty high priced, kind of in the same department as Mondo with the stuff that Mondo's got going on. But anyhow, okay, Storm Collectibles, King of Fighters, Street Fighter Alpha 3, Arena, Ultra Street Fighter 2 figures. A lot of this stuff is coming, but the thing that catches my attention is Street Fighter. We've got a Arena Balrog, Arena Zangief, Arena Mika, and Arena Chun-Li. And that means the probably $39 now, $39 price point. So really close to what Jada's charging, but I don't see that they're any less quality than what they've been doing with their collectibles line. I might be missing the whole point, but they do look good. So those are some options for you. Hiya! Toys. Is it like a karate chop? Hiya! Or is it like, hiya guys, we got some new toys for you? Well, I don't really know. Hiya! Toys. Robocop Battle Damaged. Ed at 209 and Ed EED, whatever, 209 YouTube channel. Great guy, does some great toy hunts, and has some good points. But this thing is 5.5 inches, so it's really not much bigger than Kenner. I've got the first one on pre-order, still hasn't shown up yet. Let's see what Entertainment Earth says they're going to charge for it. So if it's pre-order, $59. I mean, that's not really that bad. That's about what the Kenner one goes for, but this is going to do a whole lot more. And I wonder if the Battle Damage one will have, if you could put a part on it to repair it, or if it has to be Battle Damage forever, or what. I mean, the whole point of it just being a bot is you can fix it, right? Fix your bots. I'm going to do a little G.I. Joe stuff, but I'm probably going to break it up here. So there's going to be a Big Bad Toy Store exclusive Larry Hama figure. So it's Big Bad. The G.I. Joe Repair Shop is the first look at the newly announced figure that's exclusive to BBTS. So if you don't know, this guy has definitely had a lot to do with G.I. Joe back in the day. And yeah, check BBTS for that Larry Hama figure if you're into it. Immortalize him in action figure form. Now this is Entertainment Earth Superpowers, available with free shipping. Wave 13 and 14. I think one of them like sold out, now it's back in, and then now it's probably sold out again, and then we got another one. So $80 a set, I believe. And I'll check just to be safe. Yeah, they're both in, $80 each if you want it. Still on pre-order level. So they're not in stock, they're pre-order level. Okay, that's what's going on here. I'm wondering if they just like were more popular than they thought, so let's buy more. Yeah, and these are like the 4.5, 5-inch scale. These are not like 6-inch, 1/12. This is closer to 1/18. This may be closer to I don't know, 16th, 17th. All right, Super 7's at JoeCon right now, and they're selling these exclusives there. Again, I don't know if you're going to be able to get the glow-in-the-dark ones. I'm in on a set, but I'm thinking 25 a piece. That's 75, 75, 150. That's still a lot, but worth it. Glow-in-the-dark. I would definitely be in on it. The next shelf is stuff we've seen. Some stuff that's showing up. But, so I just paid for my set of the most recent wave. I'm actually, the wave before it, I canceled it because I'm hoping for them to show up at Target and me to snag them. Snatch them up. Snag them. And this Wild Bill is awesome. This is definitely you got to get an extra one to open it. Got to get an opener. But loving it. Looking good. I'm loving it. Yep. Some good work with the Super 7 there. I have yet to see a video of just like Super 7 or Brian. Is Brian even there? I don't know. I know Super 7 has a presence. I don't know if Brian's there. I don't know much. I'll probably catch a video this weekend. But I'm fairly certain Ace is there. Because look at all the stuff, pictures he's been posting of all this product. And it's quite impressive. The 3-0 horse and all that. Let's see. I have pictures. They're not in the same order I originally thought they were going to be. But here is... They're selling the Blast Effect separately for $30 if you want the Blast Effect. I think it was included if you did like an early pre-order. Now you can just get it. Hey, if you missed out. Some people have been talking this past week and quite positively about Ramen Toy and the tanks and stuff that they're making, and positively thinking that it's probably because of Ramen that Hasbro's not making a tank just yet. They eventually will. They got to, right? But the future classified is cloudy. Cloudy. Here is, well, here are the three fans. Now, I watched a live stream from Ace, kind of like on and off, and as I'm doing stuff, I don't catch it all, just bits and pieces. It was like a replay too. But I think he said people were kind of complaining that these don't look exactly like what they're supposed to exactly be. And I think that's the point, to as affordably get this out to you. That Channel 6 news van, like, how could you expect a more real world looking Channel 6 news van? I mean, that looks fantastic. There are 4 options for a 1/12 scale turtle van. So if you just want the least expensive one, you could get that one, or you don't have to get it. I mean, it's just, options are nice, right? So, I mean, there are people complaining about stuff that there's always going to be people complaining though. There always is. It's easy for me to just like glaze over all the complaints that are like, okay, that's not a big deal. But if you're manufacturing the stuff, you're working on a day and night, I'm sure you take a little more to heart. Here goes the Bravestar line, the Marshall line. And I've seen pictures, I've seen comparisons, but this past week, I did not know how big this 3030 horse is. It is fantastically large. It needs to be that big. I mean, from the show, that's about how big he was. And yeah, 120. Early birds were like 99, 97 or something. But now he's 120. He looks good, really good, and very impressed. I got mine shipped from Gundam, and I'll be reviewing it on the channel, of course. That Tex-Hex looks good too, and the Marshall's great. Some masks, some Machina. I think we're going to talk a little bit about mask after this. But they've got their exclusives there. That's a BotCon exclusive. They had a little more stock up, I guess. This one's the one that's going to get a lot of people excited. Generally, that is a nice looking car. Those are some nice looking sculpts. It's not AI. It's the real world. I will say this, the Daisy, I think, oddly enough, the face sculpt on Daisy is the weakest of the 3. The other 2 are a lot closer, in my opinion. But it's still, the figures still look great. I'm in on a set. I think you have to buy it as a set. But I'm definitely in on it. And that's how we roll. Is that how we roll? That's how we roll into this mask convention stuff. So I'm not gonna watch my video from yesterday. I go into these products here. Glow in the dark, SDCC exclusives already up. I placed my order, but I did not know this. So one thing I didn't know, but I did get the football monster. I did get both of these glow in the darks. They both glow green, by the way, which is awfully sad. I would like a blue glow. I don't know if it's possible to get a blue glow, which again is just my lack of knowledge in that area. But I gotta show this. John Warden is leaving. Now, it was rumor, and we don't know these days with AI and all that crap, but this was literally a comment from John Warden. Hi friends, I just left Loyal Subjects. That is correct. I was working through the early stages of Wave 2. I can confirm that the Loyal Subjects team is working with a new design input for the hologram edition and for the Wave 2, and testing of the mechanics of the toys is a big priority on that. As far as he can speak, though, on Wave 3, he knows the team is still working on the early concept stages. He's jumping ship going to Lego. It's really hard to survive what happened with Wave 1. It really is. I'm not... A lot of people say he needs to take the blame. I don't know. I don't really know. And in reality, when we're dealing in this niche market and space that we're in, if they screw up Wave 1 and Wave 2 and 3 are really solid, it can have legs, then they can give us the real easy stuff. Like, I mean, it would be super easy just to make figure packs and the accessory packs for $20 each. And they would print money and they'd sell 5 times as many. But they can already do all that. They got all the figures after Wave 2 to do almost all the figure packs. So where are they? Or how come we're not talking about that or hearing about that? And it's print money. But anyway, yeah, John's gone. All right, here's the loyal subject hack. If you're going to pre-order the $50, $30 item, the $50, $30 item, you can get one of the leftovers of the 40th anniversary black and golds for half price. So, literally, if you got the Condor and you got the Thunderhawk, you could get the high-tech helicopter or Switchblade. And what else do they got? They've got basically a Condor left. They don't have Rhino, they don't have Thunderhawk for black and gold, but it's a hack. It's possibly just an unadvertised incentive. And I knew something like this was eventually going to happen. I didn't know it would happen like this, but I guess it makes sense. And I kind of feel like this is how companies like Loyal Subjects make it up to BBTS, like their orders that they're getting so much off of their new order because the old stuff. I don't know how it works. I mean, I know how it has worked in the past. Jenna Toys Flintstone cereal is coming in stock at the BBTS right now, and Entertainment Earth says they'll have theirs in July. So, $30, great figures, great price. I am still waiting to try to find them at Target, and just so you guys know why I keep saying I do at Target, because I just got $20 back on a handful of things that I bought over the past couple months from Target in this last Target sale, and saving money's good, so that's what I do. But BBTS will be the last resort if I can't get them at Target. I just got a Chester Cheetah, and I think it glows in the dark. All right, so we did have the last Yojo June, and my official statement after thinking about it and marinating on it for a little bit, not just giving you my thoughts right away. It's not bad. I'm not angry with it. I pre-ordered 2 things. I did get a Cobra Commander because I guess I got FOMO'd. I got my arm twisted backwards, FOMO'd into it with the in and outs. I was going to pre-order Deep Six, but I'm sure it'll show up at Target, so whatever. It's out of stock, whatever. Pre-orders are out. They're going to make 100 or 70,000 of them or something along those lines, and 20,000 pre-orders are sold out. There's still going to be like 50,000 in the retail stores and other places that you could get it from, according to my expectations. But aside from that, I didn't pre-order the rest of it. I just plan to see it show up. Most of the stuff is not exclusive, and there's no sense of urgency for me. So you can go watch my video on all this. I'll give you a little more in-depth. I will be on that Laura Croft, though, because I think it's really cool. And Geoja Classified. Oddly enough, I don't think I would have been in on it. Here's the weird part. I would not have been in on the Laura Croft if it was just like another company making a Laura Croft for $42. I would have been like, I don't think so. But because she's in Classified, so that increases the amount of people that would want to collect it. It's so strange. If Bobby Vala made Laura Croft, I don't know if I'd be as interested. And I love what Bobby Vala's doing over there. But I collect Classified. So it is what it is. And by the way, before I go into this, I did mention Bobby Vala, Valaverse, and what he's doing with his pirate line, and I think he calls it the Black. It's magnificent. It is fantastic. He does some amazing work, and for the price point he's hitting, it's phenomenal. For the low quantities he's running, I mean, I could sing him praises. He needs to do Bionic 6. He needs to do something that just captures me, and I'll talk about it a lot more. But I don't want another line. I only want to collect so many lines. I'm trying to scale back the number of lines that I collect. But it's a Night Force Psych Out. I am missing some Night Force characters in this. In fact, every time I miss something in Classified, I literally just dive deeper into Vintage. I'm just like, why am I going to chase this down? That last 2-pack with Spirit for 70, I'm like, that doesn't make sense. So, but this is now going to be a hoop to jump through at Walmart, which will be so funny because the Walmart stuff's hard to get, but then sometimes it's easy to get. Sometimes it'll just show up at a Walmart that doesn't carry it, and it goes straight to clearance for 15, like Crystal Ball. I'll probably have more news, and if I don't, I'll probably do an amended small news Monday because there's so much going on, but there'll be more updates and more pictures. So let's just get into Star Wars. This is the Build-A-Droid Series 2 with Chopper Mining Droid, and I remember when they made the chopper, I was reluctant to like get a chopper back in the day when what was it? That whole cartoon came out, but then it was impossible to get. So there's a huge fan following for this. And then what else they put down here? There's a Jaina solo and a Jason solo. Jason solo. I think it's like a $60 set. So it does look kind of cool. It's kind of fun. You get the Jaina solo was a good idea. All that great stuff. But at the same time, it's $60. All right, so this is I guess leaked information picture of the Dogma Clone Trooper hard case Scarif. What we've known about the Scarif and the Magma Stormtrooper, but it's still pretty interesting. Pretty cool stuff that they got going on right there. And it's, let's see what they're saying here. Leaked via Japan, Hazzard Japan on X last night. Should be a Walmart exclusive in the US. The one on the left, if you're into it. Now, I don't get all that excited about clones and lose my mind over clones or anything. A lot of people do. Some people do. And so if you do, like, they're not doubling down on clones and stormtroopers. They're not tripling down. They're quintupling down. Here is also a 3-pack, which I'm not sure if this is new or we've seen it because I just can't keep up with it. I mean, there's over 100 clones and stormtroopers that they've made. I can count on 2 hands how many I've got, and I think that's too many, but seriously, I want all my stormtroopers to look the same. There's some TVC builder packs coming too. Alright, this is just me being lazy. I don't want to show 6 pictures and edit that in, so 2 new TVC Army Builder packs revealed. We've got the Phase 1 Clone Troopers and the Super Battle Droids. I will say this, the Battle Droids, I just like droids. When it comes to Star Wars, like even if it's an era, I don't chase or actively collect. Like Clone Wars stuff, I don't actively collect that. I still like the droids. Maybe it's Transformers Masterpiece, my favorite thing to collect. Droids are my favorite part of Star Wars. I don't know. Maybe I've got an addiction. Hallmark.com exclusive Greedo vintage figure ornament. And I understand these are very small ornaments. They're not one-to-one scale. Obviously, that would take a big chunk of the tree. And it's exactly what I'd want. Why can't we get that? Why can we not get that? Why do we get them a lot smaller? I don't know. And then there's a couple of other things I don't really want to talk about, so I'll just talk about one of them. Alright, there's the Actionverse Imbo. These are the cheaper, made for the kiddos toy line, which needs to exist. I don't have a problem with existing, it's just I don't go after this stuff. I don't really care. But, talk about it for the kids. There's also, and I'm not going to bother with the picture, the Mando Grogu Rada set, the Jabba Rada set going on right now too. Well, that's going to be a wrap on this. If there's enough news, I'm actually going to make another video tomorrow on Monday, and then hopefully I get into doing a lot of Show Z reviews and Gunabit reviews. But what do you guys think about this week's weekly news in review? What do you think about Joefest? Joefest looks amazing. I wish I was there, but I'm glad I didn't go. I probably would have spent $3,000 that I did not have to spend. So that's another problem. A lot of great stuff going on there. A lot of good things that are coming up for pre-order. And let me know what's your favorite. Tell your hanger out.